Some people rarely say the words, "I'm sorry." Even when they are clearly wrong, they avoid apologizing, change the subject, or shift the blame onto someone else. To others, this can look arrogant, cold, or stubborn. But psychologically, people who never apologize are often protecting something deeper, their sense of identity, control, or emotional safety. One major reason people avoid apologizing is ego protection. Admitting a mistake forces someone to acknowledge that they were wrong, and for certain personalities, that feels threatening. Their self-image is built around being competent, strong, or always right. When that image is challenged, the brain treats it almost like a personal attack. Instead of accepting responsibility, they defend their identity. Another factor is shame. Some individuals struggle to separate "I made a mistake" from "I am a bad person." For them, apologizing doesn't just mean admitting a small error. It feels like admitting total failure. Because that emotional weight is too uncomfortable, they avoid apologizing altogether. Denial becomes a defense against shame. Control also plays a role. In many conflicts, apologizing shifts the power balance. It requires vulnerability and openness. People who strongly value control may resist this because it feels like losing authority in the interaction. By refusing to apologize, they maintain psychological dominance. Upbringing can shape this behavior as well. If someone grew up in an environment where mistakes were punished harshly or used to shame them, they may have learned to avoid admitting fault. Their brain associates apology with danger or humiliation. Over time, defensive habits replace accountability. There is also a personality component. People with high levels of narcissistic traits often struggle to apologize because their self-concept relies heavily on superiority. Admitting wrongdoing disrupts that internal narrative. Instead, they may minimize the issue, blame circumstances, or accuse others of overreacting. Emotional intelligence is another key factor. Apologizing requires recognizing how your actions affected someone else. Individuals with lower emotional awareness may genuinely struggle to understand the impact of their behavior. If they cannot fully perceive the emotional harm, they may not feel the need to apologize. Interestingly, some people avoid apologies because they fear vulnerability. Saying, "I'm sorry," requires humility. It means exposing a moment of weakness. For people who learned that vulnerability leads to rejection or criticism, avoiding apologies feels safer. However, refusing to apologize can damage relationships over time. Apologies serve an important psychological function. They repair trust, acknowledge emotional pain, and signal respect. Without them, conflicts often remain unresolved, and resentment slowly builds. People who never apologize may believe they are protecting their pride or strength, but in reality, the inability to admit mistakes often reveals insecurity rather than confidence. True emotional strength involves accepting imperfection and taking responsibility when necessary. In the end, apologizing is not about losing power. It's about emotional maturity. It shows that a person values the relationship more than their ego. And psychologically, that willingness to acknowledge mistakes is one of the strongest signs of self-awareness.